This time I'd like to call to order to the Monday, September 28, 2020 City of Vandalia Council Meeting to order. We'll start with a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have no previous meeting minutes to approve. Nor do we have any communications, petitions, or awards. And that brings us to our public hearing section. Ms. Wall, by title only.
Public hearings on 2 emergency ordinances. 2024, an ordinance to revise appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Vandalia, Montgomery County, Ohio, during the calendar year ending December 31st, 2020, and amending Ordinance 1924 and declaring an emergency. Also, 2025, an ordinance approving individual assessment amounts and directing the finance director or her designee to certify the amounts to the county auditor for collection and declaring an emergency.
All right, thank you. Council is required by our city charter to hold a public hearing for all ordinances in their second reading and emergency ordinances. Seeing as we have a couple of emergency ordinances on our agenda tonight, I would like to open up a public hearing at this time. So if anybody would like to speak to either of these 2 ordinances, please state your name, address, and your comment for our record. All right, being none, I will close the public hearing. Next, we'll move on to comments from interested citizens. Again, if anybody would like to make a comment, please state your name, address, and your comments for the record. Being none, I will close the hearing for comments. We have no city manager report, and we do not have any old business. And that brings us to our first resolution of the night, which is Resolution 20-R-53. Ms. Wall, by title only.
A resolution authorizing an agreement with Civic Plus for the city website redesign and related services.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you, Your Honor. The City of Vandalia's primary website is budgeted to be upgraded and redesigned in 2020. For the past 15 years, the city's website has gone through several design iterations and feature upgrades utilizing the same web hosting company. In order to meet the growing needs of citizens and businesses who regularly utilize our website, city staff reviewed several vendors' products, comparing features and costs of website upgrades. After viewing several demos, staff recommends Civic Plus as the vendor for the 2020 website redesign. Civic Plus offers a service that includes an updated design and easier navigation, enhanced compatibility with mobile devices, ADA compliance, improved web editing tools, online forms and citizen request tools, and an enhanced newsletter and mailing list. Civic Plus will allow the city to split the redesign and development cost of $27,196.02 over 3 years at 0 interest, which equates to $9,065.34 per year. The city originally budgeted $12,256 in the capital budget annually over the next 3 years for this redesign. The separate annual hosting fee is $5,357.01 per year, which is an increase of $1,463.01 per year over what we're currently paying for our website, online forms, and other services. For the first 3 years, the annual combined hosting and development cost will be $14,442.25 per each 3 year, which will be split between the capital and our operating budgets.
All right, thank you. Have a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move to approve Resolution 20-R-53 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Follick and a second by Councilman Blakesley that we approve Resolution 20-R-53 as presented. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers, sorry.
Taylor? Yes.
Katie, I'm sorry, Jerry usually calls, Vice Mayor,
That's
oh,
fine.
excuse me. Jerry usually calls Vice Mayor Ehlers and Mayor, Herbst last.
Oh, my apologies.
My apologies, I did not give you that direction.
I'm good.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Ehlers.
Ayers, sorry,
Yes.
and Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have Resolution 20-R-54. Ms. Wall, by title only.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a finance lease agreement with VGM Financial Services in an amount not to exceed $221,900.40 for golf carts to be obtained through Century Equipment of Hamilton, Ohio.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you, Your Honor. Castle Hills Golf Course is in the final year of a 4-year golf cart lease that ends in October. 53 Easy Go carts are included in our current lease with Lake Erie Golf Cars through PNC Bank. Parks and Recreation solicited bids for golf cart lease services for a contract period from 2021 to 2024 for a period of 48 months. Included in the bid proposal as an alternate option is a fleet management GPS system that will improve golfer safety, provide cart location, pace monitoring, and automatically scheduled cart lockdown capabilities. Parks and Recreation is proposing to include the fleet management GPS feature as an alternate option, which would reduce the ranger position hours since there will be cart control accessibility on the course at all times. The golf course would no longer have walking-only days, since the feature provides the ability to keep carts on the path, and should provide an increase in revenue with the elimination of those walk-only days. The increased cost for the GPS feature would be offset by a reduction in these part-time wages over the next 4 years. 3 service providers have submitted bid proposals for the golf cart lease with the alternate GPS option. However, staff is proposing that we go with Century Equipment of Hamilton as the lowest and best bid with a 4-year lease agreement from 2021 to 2024 for 53 club car golf carts with the GPS feature at an annual cost of $55,475 and a total lease agreement not to exceed $221,900.40.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 20-R-54.
Second?
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Ehlers and a second by Councilman Lewis that we approve Resolution 20-R-54 as presented. Are there any comments?
I'd like to make a comment. There's been a lot of discussion on this, and we finalized it tonight, selecting a new vendor. I think the previous cart vendor that we've had for many, many years, but it's a new vendor, and generated quite a bit of discussion on the additive expense of the GPS system. I think through the discussion, I'm fairly confident that that will pay for itself through cost recovery. So I think it's a good deal.
Thank you. Any other comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ehlers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have Resolution 20-R-55. Again, Ms. Wall, by title only.
A resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2020 Ford F-550 four-wheel drive SD regular cab and chassis with dump body by the Public Works Department from Lebanon Ford at the state bid contract price in the amount of $64,558 and declaring the current 2006 Chevrolet 3500 one-ton dump truck to be replaced as surplus property.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway.
Thank you, Your Honor. Public Works appropriated $68,000 in the capital improvement budget for the purchase of a one-ton dump truck to replace a 2006 Chevy dump truck. The appropriation is split among the street fund, $17,000, $6,800 from the stormwater fund, $17,000 from the general fund, and $13,600 each from the water and sanitary sewer fund. A 2020 Ford F-550 four-wheel drive SD regular cab and chassis with a dump body is available from Lebanon Ford at the state bid contract price of $64,558. The 2006 Chevy dump truck will be declared surplus and disposed of on Gov Deals.
All right, thank you. Have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 20-R-55 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Forrest and a second by Councilman Lewis that we approve Resolution 20-R-55 as presented. Are there any comments?
I had a question, Ms. Holloway. When we sell that surplus item, do those monies go back to the general fund, or do we split them in proportion back to the other funds that we finance the truck with? If you know, I should know that, and I don't.
To the best of my knowledge, general fund.
It all goes back to the general fund? All right.
All right. Any other comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ehlers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have Resolution 20-R-56 by title only.
A resolution authorizing the purchase of highway rock salt from Cargill, Inc. at a price of $46.82 per ton for an amount up to 2,000 tons.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway.
Thank you, Your Honor. The city participates in the Southwest Ohio Purchasers for Government, or the SWAP4G Purchasing Consortium for the bidding of highway rock salt. SWAP4G recently received bids on behalf of 86 entities. The city received 6 bids, with Cargill, Inc. providing the lowest bid of $46.82 per ton for up to 2,000 tons. This price is $28.21 per ton less than last year's bid.
Thank you. Have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 20-R-56.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Blakesley and a second by Councilwoman Forrest that we approve Resolution 20-R-56. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follick,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ehlers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have an ordinance in its first reading. That's ordinance 20-26. Ms. Wall, by title only.
An ordinance approving the updated comprehensive plan of the city of Vandalia.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway.
Thank you. Staff, along with planning consultant OHM, have been working over the last year and a half to draft a new comprehensive plan for the city. OHM and staff used feedback gained from the public engagement portion of the planning process, along with best practices to form the plan. The plan consists of 6 main elements: identity and brand, land use, mobility, housing, economy, and parks and public space. In addition to these main elements, 3 geographic areas were determined to be areas of focus. These 3 areas are the National Road Corridor, downtown, and the Miller-Benchwood area. Staff presented the comprehensive plan in a joint Planning Commission and City Council meeting on June 6th. Feedback provided during this joint meeting has been incorporated into the plan. A list of these modifications is provided in your council packet. The Planning Commission reviewed this final draft on August 25th and voted 4-0 to recommend approval of the adoption of the comprehensive plan and the amendments to the future land use map.
All right. Thank you. Have a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move to approve ordinance 20-26.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Follick and a second by Councilman Blakesley that we approve ordinance 20-26. Are there any comments?
I just want real quick to recognize staff and Planning Commission and the Steering Committee, and this has been a 18-plus month project, and I think it's great that it's coming to conclusion and gives us a blueprint for the city's future and projects and budget purposes in the future. So I'm glad to see it coming to this part of it.
We all agree with that. Thank you. Are there any other comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Follak,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have ordinance 20-27. Ms. Wall?
An ordinance amending the Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual of the City of Vandalia.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you, Your Honor. This proposed personnel policy amendment provides direction to department heads or any other employee working directly under the supervision of the city manager, a process for addressing a problem or complaint against the city manager.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve ordinance 20-27.
Second.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Ayers and a second by Councilman Pollack that we approve ordinance 20-27. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follak,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. We have no ordinances in their second reading, and that brings us to our first emergency ordinance, and that's emergency ordinance 20-24. Ms. Wall, by title only?
An ordinance to revise appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Vandalia, Montgomery County, Ohio, during the calendar year ending December 31st, 2020, and amending Ordinance 1924 and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ordinance 2024, emergency ordinance would amend 2020 appropriations and increase the general fund in the amount of $23,000, an increase in the capital improvement fund in the amount of $15,000, and an increase in the local coronavirus relief fund in the amount of $107,681.13, and an increase in the Stone Quarry Crossings TIF fund in the amount of $9,000. These increases are broken down into the following increments. For the general fund, an increase of the 2020 budget appropriations for the council budget of $23,000 for the unexpected contractual consultant services to hire a new city manager. For the capital improvement fund, the Parks and Recreation building maintenance budget, an increase of $15,000 from 2020 budget appropriations for the unexpected emergency expense to replace an HVAC compressor at the Justice Center. The local coronavirus relief fund, an increase of $107,681.13 for the second reimbursement of expenses to replace lost revenue and assist with unexpected additional expenses associated with COVID-19. The city received a second distribution payment from the county to be expended only to cover costs consistent with CARES Act and the guidelines previously set in place. The Stone Quarry Crossings TIF fund, an increase of $9,000 for the TIF payment to the schools, representing their shared portion of the taxes received from the businesses located within the TIF district.
All right. Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor. I move that we approve ordinance 20-24 as an emergency.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Woods and a second by Councilwoman Fairst that we approve ordinance 20-24 as an emergency. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Follak,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have emergency ordinance 20-25. Ms. Wall?
An ordinance approving individual assessment amounts and directing the finance director or her designee to certify the amounts to the county auditor for collection and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Ms. Holloway?
Thank you, Your Honor. This emergency ordinance assesses properties for delinquent accounts related to weed cutting, stormwater, trash collection, sewer, and water.
Thank you. Have a motion?
I'll move that we approve ordinance 2025 as an emergency.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Lewis and a second by Councilman Pollack that we approve ordinance 20-25 as an emergency. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Follick?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have reports from boards and commissions. We have got the Planning Commission minutes of August 25th, 2020. Are there any comments on those? Next, we have the August bill listing in the amount of $4,629,188.65, and the August purchase card detail in the amount of $24,740.09. At this time, I would like to revisit our comments from interested citizens, because I believe we have a Ms. Wiggins that would like to speak. If she can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
I just wanted to reiterate that DP&L continues to have extended payment plans. Please, if you know citizens, have them go to our website, go onto our calling system and get on the IVR. You can sign up for them, or speak to one of our agents. If people are having trouble, the Salvation Army continues to run our Gift of Power program all the way. It's been through the summer just for those folks that need a little bit of an emergency help. So there are places to turn, and continue to watch the county website for opportunities with the CARES Act. So please keep your eyes open on our website as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next is council comments. Ms. Wall?
No comments on behalf of the Law Director.
Thank you. Chief Althouse?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to first of all acknowledge several of the city staff, Ms. Brzezinski and Ms. Holloway, and everyone in the city manager's office who have stepped up this past week as I've worked from home. Our family's doing well, and I hope to be returning to the office here after this week. I did want to mention a couple things to ask council for their feedback on. Based on a lot of the restrictions that have slowly been started lifting, was wanting to see what council, if council would be interested in returning to our public council meetings beginning with the October 5th meeting. In that being, we could allow members of the public to attend the council meeting in chambers, maintaining a social distance and wearing masks that are mandated by the Department of Health. So I'd be interested in hearing council's feedback on that.
I think that'd be great.
I think there was some question going on amongst us earlier, questioning the very same thing, and I would be for that as well.
Same here.
Yeah, I'm in favor as well.
Okay, thank you. We'll, then October 5th meeting next Monday, we will resume that, and we'll make sure for those who are in attendance that they maintain the social distance, that they wear the face covering as they enter the council chambers, and we'll continue to conduct both the study session and the meeting in council chambers in order to maintain that social distance. So thank you for that. The only other thing I would mention is, based on council support, that we will be having trick or treat on Saturday, October 31st in the city of Vandalia, and that we would encourage residents to follow the guidelines that we have posted on our website and Facebook page and other social media sites in regards to the trick or treating. So thank you for allowing us to do the trick or treat this year.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Holloway?
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Councilman Blakesley?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Councilwoman Woods?
No, thank you.
All right. Councilman Pollack?
No, thanks.
Councilwoman Fairst?
No, thank you.
Councilman Lewis?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Ayers?
I'm good, thanks.
Let me no comment. And I have no comments myself, and this meeting is adjourned.
Yay.